Hey YouTube, welcome back. How are you? Let's do it. Let's roll through these things and then we can get on with it. Okay, so first things first, make sure you are subscribed, then hit the little bell so you're notified whenever I upload here. If you'd like to see full-length reactions to Veronica Mars or any of the other shows on Darcy's Watching Stuff, you can find those on my Patreon. It is linked down below, along with a link to my main channel, where you should also come hang out. And last but certainly not least, leave a comment down below, but no spoilers. Okay, bye. How are you? You know, after the last episode's rant theory. That was fun. Listen, let's get right into it because I've been thinking about that theory and I have thoughts with nowhere to go, which honestly could just describe every intro I've ever done. But okay, so I'm just gonna thought vomit real quick and then we'll get on with it. Okay, so to recap, Abel has a daughter. I believe the Kanes paid him to confess because they think Dunkin' Donut did it. That makes sense to me. I did, whilst editing, have a moment where I was like, now listen, let's go down the route where maybe that's the real killer, that Duncan was the killer. I just don't believe it. But, okay, so where the thought started was, what is Duncan's alibi? I don't think he has one, which would be the reason for needing a full confession, because with a confession from someone else, it doesn't matter what your alibi is. It doesn't matter if your alibi isn't strong. So confession was obviously very necessary. I would still like to know his alibi. He doesn't have one because he doesn't remember the time surrounding it. And I feel like that's very purposeful, right? That's very purposeful of them to say that he doesn't remember, because then it's like, maybe we're supposed to suspect him. The other thing I was thinking is like, I feel like the reason I so quickly took him off of my suspect list, like it was like episode 2 or 3 or something, was because of the way he was acting afterward. Like he wasn't acting like he had just murdered his sister, but if he doesn't remember. But again, I can't get there with Duncan. Especially because like motive. And I again feel like, because here's the thing. I feel like Duncan and Lily like just got along really well. And like all of the flashbacks we've gotten, they seem to like be having fun together. They dated each other's best friends. Like it was a whole, I don't think there's any motive there. And I understand that the thought might be that he blacked out and like doesn't remember doing it. That's a possibility. Again, I just don't. Sorry, but Dunk, our little coffee bean, I don't think he did it. The other thing I was thinking is like, okay, let's talk about motive. First of all, I want to hear the confession, and like I want to hear what Abel said was motive, like why he did it. I want to know what they came up with, you know? We know it's bullshit anyway, but if we're staying in the realm of motive, I was like, okay, if we go back to what we know, us, the experts, okay? What we know about murders is it's typically someone you know, okay? So I'm not thinking randomized murder. That would be so annoying if it ended up being that. Just saying, from a show perspective, I don't think it is. But it is typically the boyfriend is usually, and I was like, do we have to go back and look at Orange Pants? Because just from like a typical perspective, it is usually the boyfriend. But okay, let's run through that thought real quick. I still don't think it was him. I think we've had moments where he's shown like real grief, and not in a way of guilt. You know, the vigil and the making the video, and then when he was talking to that woman and was like talking about how he blames himself, and like, I don't think it is. And while we're on the topic, if we are going to go thinking the boyfriend route, we do have to bring in Weevil, don't we? And again, I don't think it was Weevil. No, I don't. We haven't got too much time with Weevil and Lily's like relationship, connection, even Weevil's thoughts about it and stuff like that. We haven't got too much time, but we have got enough time where I feel like it's not Weevil. I'm leaving him in that section. Also, I did update the board a little bit, just a couple things, okay? I need a bigger space. Can you see? Oh, but can you see just under the suspects there? I crossed off those two, okay? But that just leaves the cop. Let's talk about the cop, okay? For half a second. Wait, and then I did put, I put them down there, okay? And I, of course, added last time about the hotel room and stuff. Hi. Okay, let's talk about the cop. The cop has been sus to me since the beginning, and I can still picture him holding up that bag of shoes. But here's the thing. Let's talk about motive. I don't think he has motive to kill Lily. He's not even a real suspect of mine anymore. I think he's involved with the planting of the evidence. But I don't think that means he murdered her. Like, I would cross him off my suspect list too, but I can't have it empty. I refuse. So he's the cop. He has to take the fall for now. But I think he's more involved in the cover-up than the actual murder. Who does that leave me with, suspect-wise? Huh? Who? No one. Also, okay, there we go. Those are thoughts with nowhere to go. I'm not going to ramble for too much longer, but I am going to say, one thing I'm really enjoying about this whole process is that I don't feel like, personally at least, I don't feel like the show is like guiding us in any specific way, which I think is really interesting. It's not like, it's just giving us information slowly and letting us come to our own conclusions about it. And it's not like, I do believe there are red herrings here. And I think Duncan, for example, not having the memory is one of those. And there's many, I'm sure of it. But I don't think that they're so, like, they're not pushing them. They're just like, here's information, okay? Take it and do whatever you want with it. And I think that's really cool and interesting. And it's making it kind of fun. Okay, and that concludes Thoughts with Nowhere to Go with Darcy. I should make a theme song. Thoughts with Nowhere to Go. Okay. Don't want to keep blabbing on the intro because you guys are going to run out of bevies before we get the episode started. So, bevy check.
So Abel Koontz has a daughter.
Yes.
And now Clarence Weidman knows that I know. But what do I really know?
Yes.
That Jake Kane bought a dying man's confession? That the Kane family needed a fall guy? What do you know? She lives in LA.
Perfect. Let's go for a little rep. Also, maybe Cameron Clarence guy? Not on my suspect list. He's just part of the cover-up as well. Crossed him off. I showed you guys that. Okay. Oh.
Hello, Mr. Longprey.
I'm sorry. She left about 5 minutes ago with some friend of hers.
Could you describe this friend?
Tiny, blonde. I haven't spoken to my father in years. I don't understand.
You're a threat to the Kane family now that you know about the payoff. For pleading guilty to the murder of Lily Kane. Your father is innocent.
I never even fully thought about he wouldn't have told her. That would have been silly, having anyone know. So, she just thinks he's guilty. Oh, that's sad. Also, go Veronica one step ahead. Clarence.
And don't use your cell phone. Use this. It's not traceable.
But I have to be able to take calls from my boyfriend. Unless you also want the police, Marines, and the National Guard out looking for me. I'll check the caller ID.
He can't know your location.
Have you seen him? You know, in prison. How is he?
Dying. But if you know that, it's doubtful you'll help me. He's doing fine.
Oh, she doesn't even know he's dying? I just assume everybody knows because of the beanie and the eyebrows.
Today marks the beginning of that orgy of tension known as midterms.
The worst.
Some handle it better than others.
It's my face that you see on a phone sex ad.
Oh.
I was getting phone calls for this all night long.
We'll find a time for you to take the test.
Oh, wait, what happened to you're late, too bad, no exceptions?
When someone personally attacks you, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Thanks.
She had to say all that in front of the entire class?
I heard this was kind of like your office. I need your help. I broke up with him 2 months ago, and since then he's been harassing me. This is just the latest of these so-called pranks. I hear that you do things. I need you to make him stop. Gee,
Come to the right place.
This is important. I'll pay you.
I am broke, and Amelia's
Yeah.
hotel room is $70 a day. Are you sure it's Kaz?
Kaz.
Veronica, come on.
Brad.
What do you want?
The black tires, the escort ad, the midnight crank
Wait, she said I did this? Look, we've had problems, but no way. Now, I'm late for the gym, but when you catch whoever did this, you tell me, okay? Because I will smash his face. I mean, seriously.
Kind of believe him. Kind of love his hoodie.
You want me to find a call girl for your husband?
Yes. He likes blonde.
Look, I don't know if you were looking for pimp in the phone book and just stopped at PI.
I want her to take him to a motel. Prenup violated. Settlement for me?
Sounds sweet. But if we go by the letter of the law, it's entrapment.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's what we do.
Perhaps Mr. Vincent Van Lowe isn't as interested in the letter of the law.
That means Vinny goes to bust your husband, gets his proof, then goes back to him and says, for double her money, I'll tell the wife you're a choir boy.
It's kind of smart, but bad.
God, Veronica, and you really believe Lily's murder was some sort of vast conspiracy?
I don't know what you saw.
File and Duncan. And I'm glad my alibi held up.
Out of the country, 2 eyewitnesses, it's airtight.
Okay.
Hey, what do you think Lily would make of you and...
I want to write that down. Also, shit. What? I had a thought. Is it gone? Oh, yeah. Have we thought about how if and probably when we fully expose this, Abel dad is being paid off in order to benefit his daughter, and then it gets exposed that he didn't actually do it, and then what? The money, the Kanes aren't gonna pay her. Are we kind of fucking her over a little bit? Like, I know the goal is to find the real killer, but it's just a thought. It's just a thought. I kind of feel a little bad. She's probably not gonna get money. Not the point. We gotta find the real killer. Okay, I am gonna go back a little bit because the music is telling me this is gonna be a soft moment between these two. But I also did just want to note, he's wearing a lot of orange. And that always makes me happy. Okay, we've got orange pants, alibi, out of country with witnesses. Okay.
Hey, what do you think Lily would make of you investigating all the people who loved her?
I loved Lily.
Okay, I just came to give you this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Your mom was always nice to me. Ripping up Logan's check was a noble gesture, but who's gonna pay for Amelia DeLongpre's motel room?
We'll just solve that other case thing.
These shoes were photographed in Lily's room a couple hours after the murder. The same shoes were found 2 months later on your father's houseboat. Someone had to plant them there.
And you're sure that it was the Kanes who framed him?
All 3 of the Kanes falsified their alibis.
But when Jake Kane cheated him out of the streaming video patent, it changed him. One day, my mom brings him a cup of coffee, and she spills it all over his work. He backhanded her. We left the next day. Why do you think the money's coming to me?
It's his way of saying, you know, that he's sorry.
You mean the most to him, yeah. Okay. They're not gonna do work to make me think it was actually him.
I'm looking for Sabrina.
Order, genus, species.
The teenage witch.
El buon vino. Milio tentare per la soffita.
Exactly. I've always said that.
Something happens every night.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 grand on credit cards, 2 divorces, and a repoed Sebring. Put your pants back on and get a job.
It's good advice.
Is that yours?
Is that yours? Okay, just gonna say.
Hello, Truman.
I like the yellow truck. What are you doing?
Kaz, it's over. Why can't you just act like a mature adult instead of...
Baby, it's not me. I'm innocent.
Kaz, you were lurking.
I was watching the house, figuring I could catch the guy, be the hero, get you back.
What is with the junky old truck?
I
It's
like
the
it.
gardeners. You know, if you asked, I would jump off the roof.
Can I get you to stop that?
Let's get this party started! Woo!
You're in the wrong place.
Have you considered that maybe you're in the wrong place? The guy was handing them out, said we'd all be rocking and rolling.
Look at that outfit. Now listen, this crew is down to have some fun. Look at those vibes. I love everything about all of this. I love every single fashion choice they made for this party. Can we talk about the flame toque? Okay, very Guy Fieri. 2010. Man's ahead of his time. Cat in the Hat, and then the fuzzy orange hat. Even the black and white fuzzy scarf is pretty good. All the glow sticks, all the, yeah. This is a fun group of people. Alright, but wrong house. Good vibes, wrong house. That is a lot of snacks.
Me.
I love her for it.
Could you arrange a visitation with my dad? For the first time I can remember, I really want to talk to him.
Yeah, sure.
Really?
It may take a few days. Just long enough to get the proof of the Kane payoff.
Okay. Because, like, he is visually sick.
I hope you're not thinking of dyeing that hair, because when you come work for me, you'll find that straying husbands are most likely to chase skinny blondes.
No hair advice for me, Vinny?
I thought I was toast, but here we are sending each other referrals.
Referrals? Did I send you?
Redhead with the husband problem.
Right. I wasn't actually referring so much as warning.
I was thinking, hey, but I have 10 cases, 500 a day. I can't handle them all.
Oh.
I'll farm them to you for 3, and I'm talking no-brainers, free of major ethical issues. Easy money. Win-win.
Take
Think it over.
Okay. We'll take it.
It's been 1.5 years since I stood outside this door and watched my best friend's body carried away. 1.5 years worth of questions only I know and only someone in this house can answer.
Veronica, I didn't, Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Kane.
Dad.
Celeste Kane has plenty of reasons to hate me. And before Lily died, I got the distinct impression she'd learned one of her mother's reasons. Maybe Celeste overreacted.
Lily, she cannot come back here, ever. Chill out, Mommy dearest. That's no way to treat your stepdaughter. I think Duncan might have already slipped Veronica a bit too much of the old Kane hospitality.
No,
I
see.
am proud to announce an annual...
I went there too. It's a valid theory. Nope. No, it is a valid theory. I think. Honestly, if I do end up being incorrect about this theory, if I had to say, like, if it does end up being one of the parents, Mama Donut over Papa Donut, in my opinion. But don't say so.
May the best scholar win. I might add that we'll be paying for one of this year's junior honorees either way.
He doesn't look like a killer, but you don't get to run a Fortune 500 company without a killer instinct. What if Lily finally succeeded at getting her parents' attention?
Having sex with my daughter?
Not right now.
think you can make a fool out of me?
Daddy, stop it!
Valid theory, but then we won't.
Leave a word, and I promise you, you'll take the fall. Come on over here, let's chow down.
It's rats, I guess, but I don't know.
Veronica.
Lil?
Come on, Dorcas.
Ooh, that was a little creepy. Lily?
I had to come back. Something's wrong. They're hiding something.
Please. They have their faults, but they are hardly murderers. Wow, you've got some imagination.
Then who did it?
You okay?
No. Are you?
I come here sometimes too. To think about it. First, I begged my parents to sell the house. When I'm here, I feel like she's still with me. Come on inside. We don't bite.
I'm surprised the parents wouldn't have wanted to move. You know what I mean?
AP Bio is a killer. A B isn't. I lost it. The top GPA, the valedictorian spot.
Because of one test?
Why haven't you gotten him to stop?
Sabrina, it's not Kaz, I'm sure. Wait, who's in first place now?
Oh, good question.
Him.
Gosh, so much pressure on students, hey?
Here you've edged into the lead for valedictorian now. That Kane scholarship will pay for Oxford entirely. Sabrina,
The teenage witch.
you don't like her.
Do you? Does anyone?
She's had it pretty tough this week.
Her mom is the school board president. I mean, how can I compete with that? You know what I'm talking about.
Of course I agree, Hamilton. The world is unfair. That's why I don't feel good about putting the tracker on your car.
Oh, I always forget about our little gadgets.
Can I help you?
Yeah. What do you need?
It's been a while.
It has. Looking for someone.
Yeah?
You mean the head of a corporate security team came to a little old PI like me? I'm $250 a day. God's honest truth, I don't know who that woman is or why I'd have her stashed here, but knock yourself out.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Sir? They always have such interesting shots surrounding Clarence. Like the angles and from beneath, like it's always so mysterious, you know? Like, look at this.
Can I help you?
And then even when he comes in.
Mr. Mars.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you knock.
These?
Are we done here then?
I love it.
Thanks for your hospitality.
I also like your trench coat. And the hat. It's the whole vibe.
Guess who stopped by today?
If you say Josh Hartnett, I'm gonna be so bummed.
Clarence Weidman.
Mm-hmm.
He's the head of security for Kane Software.
Here? He's looking for Abel Kuntz's daughter.
Of course, she changed her name.
You were looking too?
She's the one getting the payoff.
Yeah.
And you know where Amelia is. Understand me, that family will do anything to make that evidence go away.
She's willing to help us, Dad.
That girl must really love her old man if she's trading $3 million for 3 months of his life.
You know about Abel's...
Stomach cancer? You have to promise me that you'll be more careful. I just can't make myself more clear. I found a cell phone record showing that Jake Kane called Clarence 5 minutes before he arrived home the night of the murder.
So when Jake's alibi went all to pieces and I started to question the coroner's time of death, the core body temperature just didn't match the rest of the timeline.
You think Jake called Clarence Weidman after he discovered Lily's body? To do what?
Whatever needed to be done.
To start the cover-up.
Clarence Weidman.
Let's just add that to our timeline. So he called him, they say 5 minutes? Before death, but we know that the time of death, it's not the time of death. Listen, I'm gonna just say we should exchange notes. I think we'd get a lot further if we just...
Ex-Army intelligence, ex-FBI, ex-God knows what else.
I need you to go to the trunk and get the rest of it. And then we need to decide which one of you found her.
Now it's this car alarm. It's been going off outside of my window for the last 2 hours. I can't take this anymore. Are you gonna help me or what?
I'd like to know when you plan on telling Duncan and everyone how I'm psycho, or at least unhealthily obsessed. I'd like to be prepared.
I've known him since kindergarten. Why didn't he ever mention it to me?
Other times, the attacks might manifest themselves as hysterical laughter, or uncontrollable crying, or a blind rage.
I'm only telling you, okay?
And me, yeah.
And when I got there, I found him on the floor, and he had his hands around his dad's throat. And I tried to pull him off. And all of a sudden, he went limp, and he was Duncan again. It was the week you guys broke up. It's weird, huh?
Okay, I know it looks bad.
I doubt it's coincidence that Deborah Villarreal was once married to Vinnie Van Lowe, Private Eye.
His logo.
I'm not an expert on the male mind, so maybe someday someone can tell me what it is about chrome, glass, and fake black leather that are supposed to represent masculinity. You buy two, you get a spirit pin.
Oh, I have to have a pin here. Go Pirates.
My Miss Mars.
Did he have a mustache last time I saw him?
Mars investigation, address and phone right there on the pen. Class. I don't believe I know such a person.
See, I think that you do. Either that or your ex-wife really hates academic achievers.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I wish I can help you, but I can't.
And you have a little something on your face.
Did you?
Okay. I was like, I know faces, but I swear there's no mustache.
Why didn't you tell me you got thin men? What's in here?
That's the point.
Just had to deliver a little pen.
Private eyes are watching you. They see your every move. Yeah, Veronica Mars. Private eyes, I'm watching you. All it notes, Veronica. They wrote the song and now you're living it. How's it feel?
For another PI is kind of obvious.
Sabrina, give me a little more credit.
Okay.
We
Sorry.
need to get rid of that cake.
I was wondering about
Call
the pin.
Gary, have him towed and get Jim on the horn.
Sabrina, I know who did it.
But my son didn't have anything to do with this. He's worked so hard, and he deserves...
All right, look. Well, it just seems like a mess. We are willing to split the scholarship this year, if that's acceptable to the two of you.
No. The honor of valedictorian belongs to my daughter. This young man will remove himself from the valedictorian race.
Can we...
Nah, I'll do it. What the hell?
Hamilton, no.
What are you gonna do now?
You know, work 2 jobs, take out loans, stay at school. 20 years from now, she'll be working for me.
In Oxford?
Proust is still Proust, even at UCLA.
Life is fundamentally unfair. It takes real talent to make unfair seem cool.
Listen, if you happen to have a cell phone on you, I gotta call AAA.
Oh, it's my boyfriend. See you soon. Hey, sweetie.
Mr. Longpre, the woman you're dealing with isn't who she says she is.
Dad, we've got it. Amelia has the settlement papers at her hotel.
Good work, honey. Let's go.
No. Clarence! Oh, no. Fuck. No.
Mr. Longpre was particularly upset with you, Miss Mars, for failing to mention her father's declining health.
Let's go, honey. Come
Where?
Where would you go if you had your own Swiss bank account? She just finalized her father's settlement with Kane Software.
on. Hey, honey, what are you doing on the floor in the corner?
Dad,
Well, don't sit on the floor.
Sometimes it's the comfier spot.
Random numbers, just like you said.
4:15 and 4:17. Flight numbers. Our honeymoon, your mom and I. I never can remember the random ones.
I was gonna say, it takes a lot of talent to remember random numbers. Okay.
Obviously, Jake and Celeste lied about their alibis, but
let's go.
What made you think they were involved in covering up Lily's death?
When the call came in that Lily had been found, I was the first one at the scene.
Yeah.
Where was Duncan at that moment?
He was showering. He beat us home, but he hadn't gone out to the pool.
You doing some laundry? The Kane's had 2 full-time
Showering
housekeepers.
and doing laundry?
My guess, they hadn't done their own laundry in a very long time, so give me one good reason why they would start a load of laundry the night they found their daughter bludgeoned to death. Honey, it was a soccer uniform I found in the dryer.
They didn't always like each other, but they always loved each other. He never would have hurt her. But what if emotional turmoil, the same kind that drove him to attack his father, turned Duncan into someone else entirely?
You're blocking my son.
Now see, now they are giving us a suspect. I just said. I don't think they're leading us any specific way, but now they kind of are giving us, like they're giving us a very obvious suspect, and it's not him. We're gonna need a bigger board. Okay, so Duncan's alibi is that he was showering. They were also doing laundry. What I would assume from that is the following. I do believe Duncan found Lily, so then first reaction is to like turn her over. Like he definitely, I would say, touched the body. Therefore, getting blood on himself. Therefore, yes, when they came home and they saw that, it would be go shower, clean up, gotta wash the clothes. Like, okay. It looks bad. I'm not gonna lie, Dunk. It's looking bad for you, my guy. But, nope, I still think this is a misdirect. But it does look bad for him. Like, so I get it. I get where the parents are coming from in there, especially because of the epilepsy stuff that we also learned. So I get the parents and I get the cover up. Clarence-MAYBE-CAMERON, my guy. Sneaky. Good at his job. But damn. Okay, but also, just Keith and Veronica working together. Like, he's well aware she's not giving up. She's not giving up on this case, and it is best to work together. Logan, I wonder if Logan is gonna I don't know how much he can help, but he also had some suspicions or just thoughts. Do we think he knows anything? Or knows anyone? Or knows? Honestly, we should interview everyone. Oh my god. I feel like we're getting so close to figuring it out. We have to be, right? I know that it was a very Duncan looks guilty episode, but I'm not falling for it. I'm sticking with my theory. Yep. Until it's debunked somehow, and I don't think that happened. The laundry thing is interesting and sus though. Keith, he's good, you know? That would make me double think too. And yeah. Dude, who the fuck did it? I have no one. I have no one to suspect. Okay, and that guy, the other PI guy, listen, he's in a million things, but I always think of him as the role models guy. He's very funny. And I enjoyed him. And I thought it was really funny, him singing into the pen. Veronica, though, one step ahead. We should just take some of the cases. Just maybe one or two. We do need money. We didn't revisit anything to do with Veronica's mom today. That's fair. We had a lot going on. I can't believe that guy made a teenage witch joke after I made a teenage witch joke. I love this show, man. Okay. So now, Abel's daughter. We don't know where she is. I was kind of hoping or thinking, well, one, I wanted to see all the document stuff, but two, about her visiting him would have been interesting. All right, detectives. I don't think we got a 10-piece nugget meal like the way that I felt last time, but I do think we're getting there. We're getting pieces. We're getting alibis. We're getting time frames, which is very important to me. And so someone visited Lily that night before Duncan got home. Obviously before the parents got home because Duncan got home first. Yeah. Because she died there, right? We don't think she was moved there. No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess we haven't really, like, talked about it too much, but I've always assumed that we're certain she did die there. But then there's the ticket thing. And that was 3 hours difference. According to our calculations and our board. So did she die there? I think you would have to assume so. Damn this show. All right, well, listen. Not having a suspect is killing me. Like, I don't think you understand how much it's killing me. Like, it's all I think about. I'm like, I just need a suspect. Just one. I need a suspect. I just need one. One little, lousy little suspect. If it does end up being a random killing, if there was like a serial killer in the neighborhood and bro just saw her at the pool, I'm a riot. I did not build a board for a random killing. All right. We will wrap it up here, okay? But, as always, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.